repeat, it is not. Then you part investing in the shampoo. Most reasonable of all. This week, I'm going to be talking to you about the top 3 anti-dandruff treatment and shampoo available in Sephora. Briogeo Scalp Revival. Now the Briogeo Scalp Revival states it's got charcoal, coconut oil. It's a micro exfoliating shampoo weighing in at 236 mils and costing about 198 ringgit. This actually ranks almost number 1 or consistently top in Sephora's list of top anti-dandruff treatments. Now what's so unique about it? It's got no sulfates, no paraben, no phthalate, no DEA, no artificial dye. Everything that you don't want in a good shampoo are all inside. And that is probably why you pay a lot more for this kind of shampoo. Remember in the previous videos, every shampoo that we reviewed for anti-dandruff had sulfates, whereas this one actually has none. And that's really good news. Packaging could be a little bit more friendly though. It gets a bit messy. It smells like a combination of a very yummy caramel. Caramel and mint, although the color looks a bit more charcoal-ish. Now mind you, although it looks like mud and it's really gritty, it is a micro exfoliating shampoo. I do feel tiny grits on it, and this is probably why we use it to exfoliate the scalp to remove your dandruff for you. The way to use it, fairly simple. Get your hairs damp, take a good scoop with your hand, apply it into your scalp and massage gently. Its active ingredients is supposed to exfoliate your skin and remove all the excessive skin, aka your dandruff. Alright, remember, dandruff is actually just excessive skin. It's got nothing to do with germs and bacteria, etc. Then you wash it off, rinse it off, and then you proceed with your conditioner. I would rate this quite high. I quite like the smell, texture, although the cost is slightly higher, but I reckon it's something worthwhile for us to try it out. We're gonna move on to product number 2. Coco and Eve, like a virgin. Deep Clean Scalp Scrub. It's got very nice packaging, raspberry hue kind of pink. Right, what's so interesting about this, it also ranked very high on their list. In fact, it's been around in Sephora for the last couple of years and is still going really strong in their top of the line products for anti-dandruff. Coming in at 150 mils for 165 ringgit, this is definitely not something of your everyday use. It is quite costly, but it is a scrub, not a shampoo. So knowing that it is a scrub, it also means you don't have to use it every day. How to use it? You have to wet your hair, then you part your hairline, apply it directly onto your scalp. The whole function of it is that it is a scalp massager. You massage into your scalp. So you part it, then you massage it in, move on to the next area, part it, massage it in, then you leave it in. Once you're done, rinse it off, then you proceed with your shampoo and your conditioner. Some of the very interesting active ingredient, it uses volcanic ash and coconut husk, which actually helps to exfoliate the surface, removing all the excessive skin that we come to know as dandruff. Other interesting factors is that it's got AHA and BHA. Now, we use this on the skin to remove excessive sebum. Now, they're just using this to also control sebum production on your scalp. And again, reduction of sebum and oil gives your head a much cleaner feel. The other active ingredient is peppermint oil. Now, peppermint oil is a very natural anti-inflammatory and also soothes your scalp. So, especially if you've already got some amount of dandruff, your scalp is slightly more inflamed, and when you use a scrub, it's going to cause even more abrasion, a bit more inflammation. Using a peppermint oil-based product helps to reduce and soothe the skin and therefore reduces the itch for you. This has a very funky kiwi green color. You do see some amount of volcanic ash and some grittiness. I would say it's probably the volcanic ash and the coconut husk that they use it to scrub on the surface of your skin. It's got a very nice natural smell for the peppermint. Again, pretty much similar to Briogeo. I would say in terms of the smell, these two rate very high on my approval list compared to the ones we reviewed previously. But again, you get what you pay for. So remember, if you're looking for a scalp treatment that is for anti-dandruff, Coco and Eve is probably one of the best things for you to try it out. Hey guys, if you like the content of what I'm presenting here on the YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. Also, like the content so that you'll be informed the next time when I come up with a new review from a different center, different products, especially just for you. And please, if you've used any of the products, I would love to hear your comments. Which one have you used? Or if you've got a certain product you'd like me to review, please key it down there and we'll get back to you with fresh content. Alright, thanks guys! Alright, now moving on to product number 3. We've got Percy and Reed from London, a scalp soothing shampoo, and it calls itself I'm No Flake. Cute though. Now, the Percy and Reed scalp soothing shampoo comes in at 250 mils, coming in at 132 ringgit. It's probably the most reasonable of all the 3 lots that I'm reviewing here today. And its unique thing about it is that it's got blends of ingredients that makes logical sense when it comes to the term scalp soothing shampoo. Why I say that? It's got aloe vera, it's got chamomile, and these are natural ingredients which people have used it to calm your nerves, soothe your skin, anti-inflammatory. So even before running into the list of its other products, it already makes sense with the kind of natural ingredients that they put in. Again, this product has got no parabens, no sulfates, none of them have it in the list that we're reviewing here today. What is also unique about it is that it's got pyroxytolamine and betaine, which uses as also something to protect and also prevent future dandruff buildup on your skin. And to add on to it, it's got provitamin B5, which helps nourishes your skin, giving your skin a much needed health boost so that it protects and reduces the amount of flakiness. This one is a bit more runny, super runny. Comes in with a cream colored texture. What I like about it is that it has almost no chemical smell to it. It actually smells rather natural. No peppermint, unlike the others, but again, it makes sense. If you're going to be using a chamomile extract, you've already got yourself a natural soothing agent. You don't really need the peppermint to soothe the skin. But if you're looking for something which smells fresh, this is probably not the one that you might want to go for. However, like I said, it's got a very natural smell to it. You don't have to worry that it smells too chemical. Again, I would say this is very useful if you are the type who already have sensitive skin. How do you know you have sensitive skin? Meaning to say, whatever product you use, you're still getting itch, you're still getting redness, or if you've already had a long-standing issue of redness, especially along your hairline, you could see tiny dots, or maybe even micro pimples that are already popping up along your hairline or within your scalp itself. I would say this probably would be the one that would be the top of your choice. How much foam does all 3 of these treatments have? Well, one of the things about products that have got less sulfates is that generally they have slightly less foam, and for some of us who are so used to having foam to equate it as being clean, it can be a bit of a downside. So let's just test it out. Yeah. So we've got this, and let's see. And true to what I say, when it is coming in as a natural ingredient, you don't get much foam. It's very gentle foam. I do feel that grittiness all around, which gives it a good exfoliation. Even on my palm, I can actually feel it exfoliating the skin away, but not much of foam. So yeah, although there is no sulfates, good for your hair, please remember, this is not going to generate copious amount of foam, and therefore you might feel it's not clean. Foam does not mean it's clean. Foam just means it's foam, alright? Foam is just an industry chemical that they use to create the illusion that it's clean, that's all. You've been pretty much brainwashed. Now let's move on to the other one. I really don't expect much foam from this, again, because it is a scalp treatment and it's not a shampoo per se, but still worthwhile to test it out. Apply some water. Now this is very gritty. If I were to compare this with Briogeo, this has 2 to 3 times the amount of exfoliative scrubs. I actually would probably think of this much higher when it comes to scalp exfoliation. Again, very minimal foam, but again, this is a scalp treatment. It's not a shampoo. We've got Percy and Reed. All right. This has slightly more foam. You could see, nice good amount. And you can imagine if it's onto your hair, it will foam a lot more. So in terms of perhaps your satisfaction, you might find more satisfaction with Percy and Reed compared to the rest. However, in terms of smell, I still prefer the other two. Now the good news about all three, they have shown, or at least from the studies that they've done, it has shown that they have between 60 to 70% reduction in your scalp flakiness. And I think that's really significant. And with Coco and Eve, it also states it can reduce up to about 40% of sebum production, mainly because of the BHA and AHA content, which controls sebum production. So I would say if you're going to be using anti-dandruff treatment, this is probably the ones that I would go for. In terms of its use, it's recommended as a daily use. However, once it gets reduced, maybe a week or two, you should cut it down. So although the cost is much higher compared to the other shampoos that we reviewed previously, downside, of course every product has a downside. The downside, as what we demonstrated in terms of the amount of foam generation, is not as high, so you may not get that satisfaction of cleanliness, but I tell you, the foam has got nothing to do with cleanliness. So to compensate for that, I would say use this alternate days or twice a week, and then you can use your other shampoos to give you that clean foam satisfaction as and when you require it. Alright, so guys, come next week, we're going to talk about a different segment. We are going to be talking about the kind of shampoo, Japanese-based shampoo that we can find in Watsons. So stay tuned.